I was craving some comfort food, so I whipped up a batch of potato leek soup. And I was thinking, oh, I must have a perfect recipe for this somewhere in one of my cookbooks over the years, but I didn't even look. I just thought about it, and I knew that I needed potatoes and leeks, and I like onion, and I had some shallots, and I had a bunch of turkey stock leftover from Thanksgiving that I had made and put in the freezer in a bag, labeled. It was so convenient, I just put in the turkey stock. And so I caramelized the onions with the leeks in a whole stick of butter, and then put in the shallots and some fresh thyme, and let's see what else. Then we put in the turkey stock and the potatoes. I use the Yukon gold potatoes. The gold potatoes are really nice. They have a really nice buttery texture, and you don't have to peel them, which is so great. It saves a step. The peels are nice and hearty. Make sure to scrub them clean. And then I boiled it for about 25 minutes with 2 bay leaves. So the first thing we're gonna do to finish this soup is find those bay leaves and take them out. They just flavor the soup, and we don't want to eat them. It's not a big deal if it gets in your bowl, but we can just take them out at this point because we'd like to puree a part of this. Now, a lot of potato leek soup can be really creamy if the entire soup is blended, which is nice, but it also can get a little gummy because potatoes have so much starch in them, especially if it got overcooked. So I'm going to just blend up, I don't even know. I'm thinking maybe a third of this, maybe half of it. And I like to leave some texture to keep it hearty and rich and satisfying. So I'm just gonna look in the pot and get enough broth in here to blend up half the soup, and that makes it creamy. I don't need any extra cream. Although I did put an entire stick of butter in at the beginning, but you don't have to. If you're vegan or if you don't want the butter, you can easily use like 4 tablespoons of olive oil at the beginning. And that just coats the onions and leeks really nicely and helps them to caramelize. And you can also drizzle a little olive oil on top. So that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this, make it creamy. That looks good. Once again, I don't want to overdo it because it'll get gummy. And I haven't seasoned this to taste yet, so this is the good time to do that. Probably a little extra salt, maybe a teaspoon of salt, and a bunch of fresh cracked black pepper. My secret ingredient for all potato dishes is just a pinch of nutmeg. It gives it this like Florentine flavor. So I'm gonna put that in here so that I can blend it in real quickly. And paprika, I could put a little bit in, or I might just sprinkle it on top. I'll do both. A little extra spice to keep things warm. Oh, this also has a ton of garlic in it. I used an entire head of garlic, so there was like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 whole cloves of garlic. So this will be really, really warming. It's gonna warming soup. It already smells so creamy and delicious, and I'm going to just pour this back into the pot and mix it up. So now we have the perfect blend of creamy, delicious, soft, and some nice hearty chunks of the potato. So we're gonna serve this potato leek soup in a nice big bowl for a hearty dinner or lunch. Getting some good chunks. Oh my gosh, it's so rich and creamy just from blending the potatoes. And it's such a rich, savory flavor. Oh my goodness. All right, let's clean that up. I'm making a mess. You can serve this potato leek soup just as it is, and if you made it vegan with olive oil and vegetable broth, you can just sprinkle some nutritional yeast on top, or some vegan parmesan, which is really good. It's made out of cashews and nutritional yeast and seasonings. You can sprinkle it with a little bit of paprika. I also recommend chives. We have 3 different kinds of sulfur compound vegetables in here. We've got the onion, the leek, and the shallots. I'm sorry, 4, and the garlic. So the chives will just lift those pungent flavors out. So I definitely want some fresh chives if you have them. And then parsley is always nice to add a little fresh, bright greenery. It really complements. And then what I love is a nice tangy Irish cheddar. So if you so desire, you can put this cheddar, and then of course some nice fresh chunky bacon if you eat it. If not, you could do some toasted hazelnuts or something of the sort. Go ahead and serve this soup steaming hot with a chunk of sourdough bread or gluten-free bread, and enjoy this satisfying comfort food.